Welcome ladies and gentlemen, it's Iceblake here with another YouTube video. Today we're doing the unboxing, or maybe the unplasticking of a hardware product. Now I need this hardware product in one of my other projects that I'm doing for my worm farming. So this ties into my other videos then. Now the product we unplasticking would be a staple gun. So what I want to do is create a sieve for my worm farm where I can separate the worm castings easily. Now that would just basically be a wooden frame with a nice sieve or like a metal grid at the bottom, which is fine enough to just let the worm castings through. Now you normally just staple the sieve to the side of the wood. But I have a staple gun, a small one, but this one was sufficient for all the handy DIYs I had to do around the house. And then when it came to that project, the staples don't actually go into the harder wood or deep enough, and that grid keeps pulling apart. So I needed to get something heavy duty. And the guy at the hardware store says you either go with a compressor operated nail gun, which can do the staples, or you get a heavy duty one. Now, so we stuck with, it's the same brand. I'm not sponsored by this in any way, but it's the same brand. It's Stanley. Stanley is part of the Black & Decker Corporation as far as I know. It's a good brand. I've had this for a long time and it's been through many DIY projects. So this is the smaller brother and the older brother actually, which is weird. And this is the bigger brother and the younger brother. And this is the hard-working one for the harder jobs. So they tell me that it would go into harder woods, and it has features where you can set the depth actually of the staple, how deep it should go into the wood, which makes it nice for when you're attaching electrical cord and you don't want to like cut the cord with your staple. You can set it so it just leaves a small portion for the cord to run nicely against the wooden piece at the bottom of your floor. Now this also does the brad nails, which is an added advantage for quick woodwork projects. So I suppose this is a good purchase. It was purchased for a specific reason, but it might be that this one is actually retiring this small brother. So I'm going to open this up, and then I just have a couple of different wooden planks and the hard ones to just see comparison, like was it really necessary to get the bigger brother. So if it wasn't, then I would suggest that you don't either. So it would be a side-by-side review and a side-by-side benchmark, if we can call it that, and see which brother gets the job done and gets it done the best. So hold on, let me get a scissors, because this packaging is normally a pain. Okay, we got our tool of plastic destruction, and you just basically, if you're not going to use the plastic again, you can just cut it straight open and it's done with. So you can leave it like this. I just cut off these edges so it actually keeps it closed, and then I use it like this. I have a nail in my workshop and it just hangs there, easy access and ready when I want to use it. So I'm going to do the same with this plastic. I'm not going to destroy it completely. I'm going to use that hole again for just keeping it like this. So what you do is you just need to leave a small lip at the bottom so that it keeps it in one piece. So, and then you just cut along the top part and around the bend. and then out on the other side. So you're just left with that piece, and then you can open it and you can access the tool. So let's go right ahead and do that. So this is it, fits nicely into my hand. I do have long fingers, big hands type setup, and it really feels more robust, if you can call it that. So side by side, you can see there is a difference, a huge difference actually. That's the shooting part. But yeah, this one, it doesn't. I have this gap left, but I mean, if the lever comes up, it's there. But it's this just sits beautifully. It has like a grip, but it's hard plastic, and just seems nicer. But that one is perfect. I mean, this has never given me issue. Don't understand me wrong. This is a great tool, and it helped in many DIYs around the house and covering chairs with material. It works perfectly. So we'll have to get this puppy open and then insert some ammunition for it and get to the firing range. Okay, so you do get a lot of different ammunition. Like I said, I have the brad nails. Then you get, this is for the small baby brother, the TR45. So actually I made this mistake when purchasing Staples. On the back it would say for what staple gun or what type of machine you can use this in. And I actually bought, I was looking at the size, I wanted a 6mm, so I bought a 6mm, came home, they do not fit in the small brother. At the back it specifically says TR100, TR200, TR250, TR60, Sharpshooters, there is a lot of them. So this is the TR250, yeah, TR250, TR45. So just make sure when you buy, and they do come in different sizes, like this is the 6mm I bought. You get a 10mm, which you can see is more bulky, so you're going to, that's a deep staple, and putting them in is quite easy. This one just has like a push rod on a spring, and then it just clips in there, so it's very easy to do. This is very self-explanatory when you buy this. It's just nice. You put in your staples over there, and you put this one from the back, almost like an old push rod gun thing, you know, and it's good to go. It has a safety lever there. As soon as you move it away, it's ready to fire. This one, on the other hand, has a more complex sort of system. So it has a thing where you push it down and up, and then you need to pull, and it's attached. It doesn't come out. Now logic would say that you now put your staples over this and push it in. No, that's not the way how this works. If you pull out this complete rod, you need to put in your staples underneath here, and then this one would push over the staples and keep them in place. So I've heard people having issues with the manual, saying that it doesn't explain how you insert it. So it comes with a manual, actually different languages, and I just had a quick look, and it does tell you exactly how to put in your staples. So sometimes you need to read the manual for certain products and not accuse the manufacturers of not telling you how to use their product. So it's in there. With the brad nails, it actually has a trick. So I've seen you do it the same way, and you need to put your brad nails in here. But now the problem is as you can see, the brad nails that you buy from Stanley themselves are too long. It doesn't fit in here. So either you need to break off a small section at the back, or I am going to basically break them in half, and then you insert it at the bottom and you push the rod over there and you rocked and ready to go. And I'm going to do that, just not now because we're doing the staple test first. So I need to get exactly the same millimeter of staples in both so that one doesn't have advantage over the other on the pull away for the race. So just going to get that one is loaded with 8 millimeter. So we're using the 8 millimeters. So like I said, with the loading, you just put this in the bottom and then you would push this over, and it has a push mechanism where you push it in. Now with the safety mechanism on this one, we had this lever that you had to pull back. On this one, as soon as you press the lever, it has like a catch at the bottom. It will automatically release. So as soon as you push the lever, it's ready to go. So just like that, load it and we can go stapling. This one, you just need to pull that back, and like you can hear, that's violent! But yeah, now it's primed and ready, so I think we're just going to slightly move the camera, or basically just zoom in on the work surface so you can see the results of stapling. First up would be the small brother into some pine. Looks nice. Let's give the big brother a chance. Wow, that is really, really sweet. Okay. Let's give the smaller brother a chance in the small. There we go. Okay, then the big bro. Exactly the same into the semi wood. Okay, and then the hardwood. This is really, really, really some hardwood here. Small brother. Having some trouble there. It's very bad. And then the big bro. Both of them actually have some issues going into the hardwood. Not as much. Still not. Okay, like I see here, the small brother leaves a gap. I will get a close-up of that. And the big brother also. But I found now that if you press it against the wood and you put some weight on the front, it goes in flush. So I was worried there for a second, because I basically bought the heavy duty one to go into harder wood, and if it couldn't, that was an issue. So I'll just get a close-up of this, and then I just wanted to also try the feature of the setting on the side. Okay, so it just lifts it slightly. Don't know if there's a bigger. All it does, and a little more. Okay, so it has like 3 settings on the side. Okay, so testing done. The TR45, smaller brother, does struggle in the hardwood still. So it needs like pine. It's really awesome with that. It goes in flush. There's no issues with softer woods. To medium woods, still. It still goes in pretty flush. The heavy duty one does all of that, and it also caters for the harder wood. Now, like I mentioned, if you do not apply pressure to the top part of the heavy duty staple gun, the hardwood still basically kicks up the staple and then it doesn't go in flush. If there's pressure on the top, it forces it to use its power and it goes in flush. I also tried with the little brother to do the same, applying force. It still won't go. 2 of them close to similar. There's a lot of space still left. So yeah, not ideal for hardwood. TR250 does any wood currently. I'm also going to just do it with the brad nails and then we can have a look at that. So we'll just pop that loose, pull it out. Our 8 mils comes out. Now, like I said, you can't put this in like this. You'd either need to break off a piece, but if you break off a small piece, you basically waste that because it's going to be difficult to get it into the staple gun. So I'm going to go slight as best as I can eyeball it to the middle. The back of these brad nails is bigger, basically like a nail, so the bigger part you need at the back of the gun, meaning that the sharp pointy bits is pointing outwards. So you just put that on the floor and then you would push that over there. Easy peasy, right? Okay, so let's start with all the woods just to see what the brad nail actually does there. And it has a setting for lighter and heavier. So I'm going to start on, let's say, light. And then heavy. And then also of the force. So with the nails in the softwood, I can still see the head. The head part, it seems that it doesn't go in flush with the wood. So I mean, you're going to just need to tap that or either leave it like that because it's just the head. The medium wood, same thing. And then the hard, brothers. Whoa, it really struggles with that one. The brad nails would only be good in the softer to medium woods. The brad nail has the same problem as the little brother had with the staples into the hardwood. There's still a lot left, so that won't actually do. So brad nails only in softer to medium woods. But still, the function of just having the availability of brad nail usage is still pretty awesome. So if I would give you some advice, is you could get this. you could rather get this than that one. I tried to save getting the smaller brother, and it helped me a bunch through many years of DIY projects. So if your project involves like the softer pine woods and stuff, brilliant. There's no problem, just like covering furniture with new material. Awesome, it did it many times. But now with specialized project with harder wood, if you're ever going to use harder wood, I would rather go for this. If you know you're only going to use pallet wood and like pine woods and stuff, you can maybe go for the small brother. There is a massive amount of difference in power and in the size, and also the availability of nails and staples for the bigger brother. It's like they cater more towards it. The small one just have certain lengths, and that's about that. So depending on what you're going to do with it, if you're going to use one staple gun for the rest of your life, I would suggest you go with the heavy duty brother. If you're going to do crafts and like decorating or stuff like that, that one is perfect. That is actually very nice for ladies. It's easy to load, it's easy to handle, it's not heavy, it's a nice choice for crafters actually. This one I would suggest more for like heavy DIYers. So that one can do crafts and like DIY for smaller to medium like sized projects, heavy duty for everything. So up to you guys what you want to do, but I have both, so I'm still going to use the small brother just because I bought it. So I know when there's a small project or just something quickly I have to fix in the home, I would rather grab that one. And when I do the tough stuff, Big Bro will come out to assist. So I hope you found this helpful, guys. If there's any problems you find with loading your staple gun, or you need any advice, you can hit me up in the comments down below. I'll get around and answer everyone. If I can't assist you, I would get someone to assist you. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get content out. Currently it's almost daily, so we don't have a niche on our channel yet, but we doing different projects and stuff and trying to record all of them, so to see in which direction this channel should actually go. So please subscribe, help us to get our videos out there and also get our videos seen, and hit the like. It really does improve our statistics to get the video shown up in the YouTube searches. And like I said, any questions, any help you need, comments down below and I'll get on it. Thank you for watching, guys.